Let's kick things off with the big political news. Last night was another debate between all the Republican candidates who aren't going to win. Yeah. It's like the national spelling bee without the Asian kids. Yeah. And we've got all the details in our continuing coverage of Democracy 2024. There was a lot to talk about in this debate, starting with Vivek Ramaswamy, millionaire businessman, and the guy who puts the dick in valedictorian. Over the last few debates, Ramaswamy has built up a bit of a reputation for being a world-class asshole. Yeah, and this debate was no different.
One thing that Joe Biden and Nikki Haley have in common is that neither of them could even state for you 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for. Look at the blank expression. She doesn't know the names of the provinces that she wants to actually fight for. The only person more fascist than the Biden regime now is Nikki Haley. Nikki, I don't have a woman problem. You have a corruption problem. And I think that that's what people need to know. Nikki is corrupt. This is a woman who will send your kids to die so she can buy a bigger house. Chris, do everybody a favor. Just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal, and get the hell out of this race. Why am I the only person on the stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside job? That the government lied to us for 20 years about Saudi Arabia's involvement in 9/11. That the Great Replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory. That the 2020 election was indeed stolen by big tech. That the 2016 election, the one that Trump won for sure, was also one that was stolen from him by the national security establishment that actually put up the...
I didn't want him to cut him off. I want to know where Bigfoot lives, all right? Okay? This dude is up here spewing every conspiracy in the book, 9/11, stolen elections, replacement theory. He is right about January 6th being an inside job, though. I mean, the whole thing was orchestrated by the president. You can't get more inside than that, all right? And by the way, and by the way, going after Haley for supposedly not knowing 3 provinces in Ukraine just makes Haley seem relatable. None of us know shit about Ukraine. We just put that flag in our bio and call it a day. And when he told Christie to go enjoy a nice meal, that was supposed to be a fat joke, right? I mean, it was definitely a more subtle fat joke than I expect from Vivek, okay? He's such an asshole, I figured he'd say something like, hey, Chris, if this president thing doesn't work out, don't worry. I heard they're doing an all-white reboot of Precious, all right? Or he could just hold up a sign that says, thick, okay? Thick, 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 all right? I'm just saying, if you want to be the new Trump, don't be subtle about it. And by the way, say what you want about Christie. He was the only person on that stage who knew why Donald Trump getting reelected would be a giant problem for the country.
I'm in this race because the truth needs to be spoken. He is unfit. This is a guy who just said this past week that he wants to use the Department of Justice to go after his enemies when he gets in there.
This is an angry, bitter man who now wants to be back as president because he wants to exact retribution on anyone who has disagreed with him, anyone who has tried to hold him to account for his own conduct. Do I think he was kidding when he said he was a dictator? All you have to do is look at the history. You want to know why those poll numbers are where they are? Because folks like these 3 guys on the stage make it seem like his conduct is acceptable. Let me make it clear. His conduct is unacceptable. He's unfit.
Good for Christie. Good for Christie. Good for him. You got to give him his props. Got to give him his props. Although it does show just how out of touch he is with the Republican base. He's like, guys, Donald Trump is going to be a dictator. And the whole audience is like, we know. We can't wait. Okay? And Christie is right. Other Republicans should be speaking out against Trump's authoritarian aspirations, okay? Hearing someone say they want to become a dictator is like hearing someone say they want to start a podcast. You should be doing everything you can to stop him. Then, of course, there's Nikki Haley, who has recently surged into first place among all the candidates who are in distant second place, okay? Although, based on this debate, I guess she doesn't think she needs the youth vote.
We really do need to ban TikTok once and for all. And let me tell you why. For every 30 minutes that someone watches TikTok, every day, they become 17% more anti-Semitic, more pro-Hamas based on doing that.
Hold up. TikTok makes you anti-Semitic? Elon must be shitting himself right now, like, they're muscling in on my turf. For real, man. This is the weirdest stat I've heard since that one about eating 8 spiders a year in your sleep. How do they know that? Is someone watching me while I'm sleeping? And if they are, why aren't they stopping me from eating all these spiders? All right? Listen, Nikki, first you hated TikTok because of privacy concerns. Now you hate it because of anti-Semitism. Just admit it. You can't figure out how to go viral, and you're jealous. Okay? All right. Now, one topic that didn't come up in the debate last night was gun violence, which is a little surprising because there were actually 2 mass shootings just yesterday, one in Las Vegas and one in Texas. But it's also not surprising they didn't talk about it because it's the same thing after every shooting. Republicans want to talk about anything except guns.
Guns aren't the problem. It's people who pick up guns and cause the crime.
At the end of the day, the problem is the human heart. It's not guns, it's not the weapons.
Anybody who shoots somebody else has a mental health challenge, period.
We stopped teaching values in so many of our schools. Now we're teaching wokeness. We're indoctrinating our children with things like CRT.
Transgender hormone treatments and ideology increase the risk of extreme depression, aggression, and even violence.
All the porn, all the bad stuff that's out there, these violent video games that are out there getting in the minds of our children. Why don't we do something about it?
Did this dude really say that porn and video games turn kids into shooters? Those 2 things keep kids at home. If anything, no, it's true. It's true. I mean, if anything, we should ban schools. That's where the school shootings happen. But this got us wondering, what would it take to get a GOP politician to say the word guns? Take a look.
Welcome to the final round of $1 million Republican Pyramid. Mary, you just have to get this Republican congressman to guess one word, and you win $1 million. Your time starts now.
Oh, okay. It's the reason America has so many mass shootings.
Wokeness.
No. Why do mass shootings only happen in America?
Violent video games.
I said only in America, an American thing.
Oh, because we don't say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore.
Mass shootings, why do they happen?
Oh, mental health crisis, drag shows, smartphones, marijuana. Oh, single mothers.
No.
Married mothers.
No.
Just mothers.
No, I know you know this. They kill 30,000 people a year.
Okay, you should have said that. Swimming pools.
Jesus Christ. They have bullets.
PowerPoints.
They have bullets, and they're dangerous for school children.
Oh, PowerPoints about gender.
Okay. Imagine a mass shooting just happened.
Mary, if I may. I'd like to offer my thoughts and prayers.
We don't have time for this. Just say guns. Guns. Why didn't you just say guns? The answer was guns.
Mary, it is too soon to politicize this.